thought that was a handshake.
No, I mean, if you want a handshake, we can handshake. Yeah, you've been here for about 5 minutes already.
Yeah,
we already did the handshake.
Yeah, I know, but then I just wasn't expecting the clap.
You weren't. You gotta clap.
Yeah.
Some would say I only pod to do the clap.
It was practiced. I wasn't ready for it.
This is the 82nd time I've clapped.
I was gonna shake your hand instead. I was gonna put my hand into serious danger.
Yeah, that wasn't a good idea.
Had I been quicker with the shake, I could have lost a limb.
No, I mean, Eliot, listen, you're not in the production space, all right? When you're doing this high level production, as I am,
yeah,
you gotta clap. You got to sync things.
And is that because the clap makes like a little high-pitched sound and then you can like track it easily with the audio?
You can sync the audio with the clap from the mic to the video.
Oh, that's fucking crazy.
Even though I do pay for software that automatically does that. But
so you clap almost like tradition more than out of necessity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. It's like the first pitch of a baseball game.
Homage to the many podcasts that have clapped before you.
Right. A lot of people don't talk about this. The Algonquins would clap before their podcast. So I do it to pay homage to them.
Yeah. They're just talking about, dude, these blankets fucking suck. These blankets.
Yeah. An Algonquin podcast.
Yeah.
It's fucking cold out.
Yeah. It's called these blankets that the colonists have given us are just.
Is everyone else sick?
I feel like I'm getting.
Is everyone else bleeding?
Dander.
I've been dancing, Eliot. I've been dancing for 12 days, no rain.
So tired. Yeah. So what's been going on, man?
Well, I guess you're. We kind of touched on it already when you walked in. I was going to ask what you're doing for the Super Bowl, and then I knew you would say it's either nothing or, the Super Bowl's this weekend.
Well, I knew it was either this weekend or next weekend, and I can't care. I don't know. I can't care about it. I mean, I'm gonna
care.
I'm gonna watch it,
right?
And I think I'm rooting for the Cincinnati.
As am I.
I just don't like people from LA to have any joy.
Oh,
you know?
Yeah, not what I thought you would say about that. Why?
I just think that they don't deserve it. Cincinnati, that's like a Rust Belt fucking. They've had a hard time.
What's the economy of Cincinnati? What do they sell?
I think they sell Bengals merchandise.
I think that's the number one export. It's Bengals
it's mainly
merchandise.
That, and it hasn't been going well because they really stink.
Right. Okay. Because I'll be honest, you have a Cali vibe.
Yeah.
You're a Brooklyn boy.
I'm a Brooklyn boy.
But you have Cali vibes.
Yeah, people constantly profile me as having Cali vibes, and I resent it. And I mean, I could probably do more, but I don't want to like change me to not look. It's like that's your fault. That's your bias. That's your. You need to grow. You need to learn. You know what I mean? I'm just out here doing me, being from Brooklyn, not being from California, and. I mean, I think that a lot of Californians model themselves after me.
Oh.
I don't know. Somebody had to say it. People have been talking about it. I'm like, yeah, I think that I think that a lot of people in California
are Eliot Thompson.
Are impersonators at least, or at least heavily influenced. Yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of people, because I don't know if you knew in the past week, Whoopi Goldberg said the Holocaust wasn't about race. A lot of people talked about that. But after she said that, she also said, by the way, Californians are mimicking Eliot Thompson. That really went under the radar.
You know, it's. I've always said that Whoopi will usually say one totally true thing and one probably not true thing, and
we still don't know.
And
which one?
Yeah,
we still have no idea. So, like, as someone that grew up in an artistic family, what is the Super Bowl? Like, how did you grow up doing the Super Bowl?
My family, they're sporty, you know.
Oh. Soccer though.
Soccer was but I I was a big Jets fan growing up.
Oh,
Vinny Testaverde, Curtis Martin,
yes.
Chad Pennington.
Yeah, we're talking late 90s, early 2000s
Yeah.
Jets.
Yeah, those are my guys, dude. Wayne Cribrett.
Hofstra's finest.
Dude, I love Wayne Cribrett. Every white dude from New York loves Wayne Cribrett.
He was the first small white receiver.
It was just like, he was one of those guys who was, every time he played the game, he was like, I could die. I'm going to put myself in the middle of the field, and I'm going to catch the ball, and I'm just going to get walloped. And
Right. Back when there were no rules, really.
no, it was you. The aim was to paralyze.
Yes.
Yeah. And dude, he would just take hits, and all the dudes from Staten and Bay Ridge would just be like, he's putting his life on the line for the green. For the gang green.
They talked about him like he was a first responder.
Yeah, literally.
Wayne Cribrett was New York's finest from like 96 to 2010.
No, even after 9/11, Julian was like, thanks to all the first responders and also Wayne Cribrett just for what he does every week.
I don't know if you know this. There's actually a statue of Wayne Cribrett at the 9/11 museum.
Dude, if he had been on the plane, man.
Yeah, Mark Wahlberg said it first. He was like, I was going to say that.
Yeah, no, not Mark. I would want Wayne, dude.
Did you know Wayne Cribrett, he owned one of, and you probably don't know this, but the Hofstra bars were like a hot spot for underage drinking.
Huh.
Because they won an ID.
Really?
Yeah.
It seems like a place that you would really want should ID.
It's also in a really bad neighborhood, so there's like other things going on.
Oh, okay.
So
Sure.
but the problem is Wayne Cribrett owned like the most notorious.
Is he a bad
underage.
guy?
No, he was just a really hands-off owner.
Sure.
He was like, listen, I want to give back to the students. I'm
Right.
going to open a bar. It's going to be the students' favorite spot. The problem
Yeah.
is he didn't say Hofstra students. A lot of high school kids.
A lot of high schools. That's an adorable, like giving back in terms of a bar, thinking that a bar is some sort of charitable contribution to.
Well, it is
local.
Long Island. You got to give. It's either that or a bagel store.
Yeah, I mean, at least a bagel store is like nourishment. Like what good things happen in Long Island sports bars?
Well, what's your definition of good things? A lot of cocaine use. Out in the open.
Right.
Which, for
I mean,
whoever
he's just,
that is.
He's just like, I'm just so proud of what they're doing in my bathrooms, the way they line them up,
Right.
He's just like, that's.
They're professionals. We're
Yeah.
improving. But, I mean, we're also talking Hofstra, which has its own STD.
What?
Yeah, I don't know if you knew this.
No, I didn't know that.
Hofstra has Hofstra Red,
What?
which I believe it's its own strain of chlamydia. I could be wrong with that. Call us in if I'm wrong.
Call us in if you currently have Hofstra Red.
If you I have a
And talk to
lot
us
of 18 to
about the
22-year-old
symptoms.
listeners.
Yeah. What is why is it red? Is there something red about like the shit that comes out of your dick?
Well, I think it goes both ways. It goes for the males and the females. So I don't know. There must be some sort of drippage.
Is that
There's
the sign?
inflammation.
Is chlamydia? I've never had chlamydia or gonorrhea, but I hope to one day. And
Right.
if
We're working towards it.
I'm doing my best.
Right.
I'm doing my.
You put yourself out there.
I'm doing my darndest.
You're on the front line. You're the artillery of sex guys.
I cannot believe. I'm like, is it like? Did I say so? Am I hanging out at the wrong bars? Did I eat too many vegetables? Is it like what? Why haven't I gotten one of the good STDs, like one of the cool ones?
Right. What's the uncool STD?
The
AIDS.
uncurable ones.
Yeah, which is just AIDS.
And herpes.
Herpes. You don't. I don't think of herpes ever.
Gotta think of herpes. You gotta look for it.
You gotta love. Write this down, kids.
Just do a little. Okay. Like, what is that?
Is that what you do?
Explain that.
I imagine when you sleep with a girl at first, you kind of act like a mechanic. You go on like a skateboard or like a longboard on your back and you use a flashlight.
Yeah.
Like, oh no, you see what the problem here is.
No, I'm you gotta know the difference. Don't get fooled by razor burn. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Kids.
Yeah. Yeah. If they have a whole bunch of hair but still
Yeah.
razor burn.
The razor burn, it shouldn't be gooey.
But also depending on the razor they use. Some of the girls I've seen you with, I'm questioning their razor hygiene.
So most of the girls that I've known in the biblical sense.
I don't even know what that means. You threw stones at them? What does that mean?
No, this is funny. In the Bible, when the Bible says that, like, Adam knew, Isabel or whatever, that means that they were fucking.
Is that true?
Yes.
What are your sources on this?
The Bible, dude. Read the good word.
So
Read the good parts. Read the fucking sex parts of the Bible, dude.
So you think when they were writing the Bible, like just the scribes, they were like, how should we censor this?
I mean,
They're
it
like,
makes
they knew her.
it's like it's kind of a badass. It's like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know Mary. Better believe I know Mary.
Doesn't it sound like Adam wrote the Bible? He's like, Adam knew her.
Yeah, he's coy, dude. He talks in code. He knows, If you know, you know.
If only the Bible had emojis at the time it was written.
There definitely is an emoji Bible that's just in emojis. Yeah.
I don't know if there is, and let's be honest, I think we found something here. We found a business idea.
That's just verses, but damn. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of dude. Yeah, in the Christian, I feel like Christians they spend money on dumb shit.
Yeah,
they have bad taste. Christians have the worst taste in almost every interior design. Disgusting.
I disagree.
Churches are cool.
Cathedrals
are awesome. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like Christian people who are highly religious in the United States.
Bible Belt people,
yes. But even just in general have the worst taste out of any religion subgroup, you name it.
Except for black Christians. They got taste.
Yeah. Yeah.
They at least have rhythm. I don't know if they have taste.
That's true.
But they got rhythm.
Definitely. Honestly, yeah. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about them. That you know what? That's on me. It's February and I should have I'll do better.
Thank you, Eliot. Yeah, next time you scold Christians.
Dude, like you ever just walk into, they've got all the what's it called when like a blonde like woman with a expensive dye job like puts up the little placards that have just meaningless cliches on them and they're just like all over her house. You know what I mean? And it's like,
I know what you mean. I don't know what the name of
that is.
It's
like I love God and Chardonnay or something. You know what I mean? It's like
basic. Would that be like basic Christian?
Yeah, it's like Christian. Yeah, it's like Christian light. It's like Christian
light. I like that. That's the name of this episode, Christian Light. We found that quick.
Yeah, dude. And they just, it's like you walk in and it's just like, you feel like you're being like sterilized by like a slow, like a.
And there's a lot of crucifixes usually in a house like this.
Yeah. There's crucifixes, but it's not even like particularly, you just know that like they believe, you know what I mean? It's just like the belief, like the hope. There's too much hope on the walls.
There's too much tangible hope.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't put hope on the, like, don't make me look at optimism.
Yes.
I don't like looking, that doesn't make me feel, seeing like positive text doesn't like raise my mood.
Right.
Because I like have reading, you know what I mean? I'm like, I read too much to be like, does that make any sense? Like
not
I'm
really.
Just,
you had me and then you lost me on the reading part.
Let me try to rephrase. Like, if you put like must love dogs or something, I don't know. What do they say? It's like
Are you talking about Hinge prompts now? Like, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about like the people who have positive aphorisms in text and they're framed and you can like buy them at Target
Yes. The original one was It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Right.
Or Gone Fishing. Gone Fishing might have been the first positive vibe text.
Right. That's when those were for the boys, dude.
Right. The fucking chicks took it over.
And then the chicks, dude.
And they really went to town with it.
Yeah. I mean, and I guess what I do mean is I mean like middle American Christian women, because the guys aren't designing these. They have no control. They've ceded control of their interiors to these women, generally, I think.
Right. Very few heterosexual men focus on interior design.
And it's to their detriment.
Right, because now you have to look at basic words in your kitchen.
It's just like how long do you have to look at like live well, love long or something before you just start to like hate life?
I think
you just take it as like a challenge.
Life, and that's why it's there.
Huh.
Because your life is in a constant state of shit.
But if I hate my life, dude, that is like I want to be like, you know, I want to look at something like freaky. You know?
Like what?
Like throw up some modern art, dude. Like something where you're like, what even is that, dude? That's what like smart depressed people want to look at.
Smart depressed people.
Yeah.
And so dumb depressed people want a lot of words. Smart depressed people want not even concepts.
You know what? Honestly, I think that the reason why I just don't relate to these people at all is because I don't think that they're depressed. And I'm not saying that I'm like deeply depressed, but I think that if you live in New York, that you just like, or if you're from the coast, like you just there's just a sadness about you that I don't see in these interiors, that isn't reflected in the interiors of these homes.
Because I think what the problem is, as we've stated, you're a Brooklyn boy.
Yeah.
You've always had, if you're depressed, there's some sort of outlet that you could reach to.
Yeah.
When you're living in Arkansas, it's your home. And that's kind of it. Like, that's kind of all you got.
But isn't that a little bit, like, I think most of us that live in, like, we're sad because we've got too many options. You know, we've got like, you're here because you probably want to do something with your life, you know, and so there's a lot of pressure. You're not doing as well as you thought. You see people around you doing better. You're on Instagram. There's people crushing it. They're posting reels about like how to flip crypto, you know, and you're just like, should I? And then you never do. And then the guys are just like, dude, I've made so much money. And if you're not making any money, it's like you're a fucking loser. It's your fault.
Right.
And then, but you go to fucking Arkansas, like, or, you know, Cincinnati, and you can get a 3-bedroom for $75.
Right.
And you're just like, yeah, I've got a lot of wall space. I better put something about like,
this is a good point.
About like cooking, like never enough cheese or something, like, you know, 3 things I need. It's like wine, cheese, and a kiss or something. You know, I don't know.
Right. You know what? That's not one of those signs, but if you made that, it would sell out on Etsy immediately.
Yeah. I know. I just like, I think that, and you know, there's honestly no good way, because the format is so corny that even if you tried to like play with it, it was like, even if you were like, all I need is like wine, a good book, and like Satan's gaze, or you know what I mean, or like head, you know, like it would still look cheesy,
right? Because it's in the format.
Because it's in the format. You can't. The format it's terminal for whatever is inside of the format.
It's a very good point you brought up, that the more wall you have, the more depressed, the more susceptible to depression you might be.
I think so.
I think no one's ever put it in that context, but I think you're 100% right.
Yeah.
You live in a small apartment, you might pay a lot for it, but you're in the city. Yeah. A lot of things to do. Big house.
Yeah.
A lot of wall. But you put on that wall, you're looking at it so much.
I mean, that's why it's been said a million times, but that's why COVID was so fucking brutal here, is because your apartment is not meant to be lived in. It's meant to be slept in. But it's not. You're not supposed to live here.
Right.
You're supposed to live in the city, and you're supposed to sleep here. And in COVID, we couldn't leave the apartment, and so you were then living in your apartments that aren't meant for life. They aren't meant for days on days of you're just looking at this wall and being like, damn, maybe I should put up a live, laugh, love.
Right. That's when it started to make sense. I get it all now.
Yeah.
I get why people put art on their wall because they're just fucking staring at it and be like, what?
And then you
What
get
is in there?
and then you get the live, laugh, love in it, and it does make you happy for like the first week, and then you're like, who the fuck are you telling me what to do?
Then you start getting crazy and talking to
Like,
the poster.
so tell me a joke. You want me to laugh? Say something funny. Funny guy,
Yeah. I do. The thing is, I do know, and I'm concerned that I'm on board with this. Because I 100% know.
I mean, look at you. You've got 3.
4.
You've got 4. 1 is you.
The four pictures of me in one picture.
Yeah.
No big deal. Shout out Taylor Schmidt.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But I mean, you've got a lot of white space, and I'm worried about you.
No, I'm doing fine. That's how you know. I don't need a fucking picture on the wall. I'm
Right.
doing fucking great.
No, it's true, dude. The happiest people in the world care nothing about art or, aesthetics.
You walk into Bezos' home, all white.
I bet, dude.
Coincidence?
Is that true? I mean, I bet he's so rich that
I mean, I don't know if that's actually true. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on internally on the Bezos
Yeah.
homes. But rich people have all white
yeah,
interiors.
it's true. I think it's because it's a flex. It was like, look at me, keep this white. You know how hard it is to keep something white? You got to be rich as fuck to keep anything white.
Yeah, but they're not the ones keep cleaning staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not them.
No.
I had a joke when I was just starting, and I think it's a good idea, but it didn't work. I think it was people got afraid of it, but it was basically that because I grew up middle class in the city and I went to public school, so I had rich friends and poor friends because we were all together.
Right.
And the difference that I saw in rich people's houses versus poor kids' houses is that the rich kids didn't have any stuff.
Oh.
You walk into a rich person's house and everything's where it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Everything, because it was cleaned up by somebody else probably. Everything's
Organized.
put away. Everything's in drawers. There's nothing on the tables. There's
It's sterile.
sleek.
It's a very sterile
Yeah.
environment.
You walk into, it's when I was growing up, we had 3 toasters because what if one of them broke? Then you got to have a backup toaster, and then when that one, you got, all right, we'll fiddle with the other one, but you can't throw them. You're not going to throw it out.
Hold on. You had 3 toasters?
Yeah, we had a backup toaster. We had one under the thing, and then it was that one's a little sketchy, but in a pinch, just watch it because it might.
Let me tell you, if you had 3 toasters, you were doing way better than you thought. 3 toasters?
No.
Are we
No,
talking?
you're
What kind
wrong.
of toasters
You're
are we
wrong.
talking about? Are we talking a toaster oven
No.
or you
No.
put it in and push down?
No, because you just wouldn't keep. You would just. There's a mentality of keeping things around. You don't want to get rid of something because of what if it becomes more useful than the thing that has replaced it, or you know what I mean? There's just
Hoarding
yeah.
would be the common term used.
Yes.
But you used.
No, you're not using all 3. You just have one in a drawer.
Why do you not have confidence in the electronics you purchase?
Well, you do because you're not getting the best, so they break.
So you keep the broken one knowing it's broken?
Yeah, because it's simple. It's just a toaster, so you might be able to just fiddle with something.
Or you get electrocuted a bit.
Or
and you go,
how
that.
one of the toasters one of the sides of the heat wouldn't work, so you'd have to take out the bread and then flip it around, and it's and then you get another toaster, but it's if the one that replaced it fails, then at least you've got a one-sider hanging out that in a pinch, you could cook toast. You could toast the long way.
Toast. I've never had a toaster. I never had a push down toaster.
Oh, it's awesome.
We had a toaster oven.
Yeah, we never had a toaster oven.
You never had a toaster oven?
No.
So how'd you do your how would you do a frozen pizza?
Oven.
Oven.
Yeah.
You dedicate a whole oven to a frozen pizza?
Yeah.
Were you an Eliot's kid?
We actually almost never got frozen pizza. We just got pizza.
Yeah.
And we get burrito. We had frozen burritos.
Hot Pockets?
Hot Pockets.
You were a Hot Pockets fan?
Mm-hmm.
What was your go-to?
The fucking.
I have very strong opinions.
It's been a long time.
I have very strong opinions.
Give me some of the flavors. It was like the Parmesan one.
Yeah, I mean, there's a clear-cut best Hot Pocket. It's the Taco Hot Pocket.
Oh no, that wasn't the Hot Pocket.
Yeah, that was the clear-cut best.
I was getting more like a pizza, it was like a tomato.
There was a pepperoni.
A tomato pepperoni cheese situation.
There was also a pepperoni sausage, which was slept on. The sausage was pretty good.
I think we did that one.
That was a pretty good one.
All the Hot Pockets, yeah, it was essentially just a pizza wrap. A pizza burrito. A pizza burrito.
A pizza roll.
Pizza roll.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you this is where it's going to get real trashy, a lean pocket family?
No.
Do you know what the difference is?
No.
That's good. You're doing all right. You had a toaster and you don't know what lean pockets are?
I mean, I feel like I understand the concept.
It's the breakfast version.
It's like eggs
of
in
Hot
there?
Pocket. It's eggs, sausage, other accoutrement that you might affiliate.
No, I mean my parents are crunchy, dude. Like we had a lot of oatmeal.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Not a lot of love in that house.
No, dude, you can do some cool stuff with oatmeal. It's pretty much just like it's just a canvas to work on.
Oatmeal really wasn't cool until like 2011. That's when oatmeal really popped.
Yeah, I mean
overnight oats.
And I was ready. Overnight oats are mad good. And you can put all sorts. You can put whatever you want them. If you don't like your overnight oats, that's on you, dude.
Right. Overnight oats, agreed.
Any oatmeal, it's just like it is just a base. You know what I mean? It's just like that saying that you don't like plain pasta. It's not. Oatmeal barely has a flavor. It's what you put on the oatmeal that makes the oatmeal.
Were you an instant oatmeal guy?
I was. Yeah, I still am.
You still do the instant oatmeal?
Yeah.
Maple syrup?
Apple cinnamon. And apple cinnamon is the best flavor. It's not really close, but I get the variety pack, and I'll do like an apple cinnamon, like maple syrup. I'll combo them.
You combo? Yeah. I don't fully agree with that. I'm really conservative when it comes to my oatmeal. I really don't think they should mingle. I firmly believe apple cinnamon belongs on one part of the room, and maple syrup belongs on the other.
Dude, I mean, I'm glad you're not in charge because there's some mixing going on in my household. That shit is getting crazy. These oatmeals are coming out all sorts of colors. It's progressive. It's beautiful. It's, live, laugh, love.
Yeah.
It's black church, pretty much.
I don't know if that's a good thing for black church or a bad thing for black church.
I don't know either. I try to call back at it.
Yeah, I don't understand. Because you like the oatmeal, you hate the signs. I don't know which way you're trying to bring black church to. It's goddamn February, Eliot.
I thought we established that black Christians are exempt from our maligning of Christian aesthetic.
That's what I thought too, but then you tried to bring in the live, laugh, love sign. I thought we all agreed that was a terrible sign.
Right, yeah.
So now I'm confused what your stance on black churches.
Pro.
Okay. Pro black church.
Yeah, dude. That's the only church that I think all the other churches should get no more.
No more?
Except black church.
I think other churches should adopt black church.
Yeah, I think everybody should.
But
I don't think that black people would want everybody. I was like, everybody should go to black, but that's like gentrify. That's like even worse,
Yeah, that's actually the problem.
That is.
that's.
I was trying to help. I was just trying to help, and
And now look at you.
And
now you're canceled.
Oh no! Now Al Sharpton's doing a duet with Joel. He doesn't want to be
Joel
there.
Osteen does not belong in Black Church.
He can't hit those notes. Joel can't hit those notes.
Yeah, but I'll tell you one thing. Joel Osteen holds a crowd. He does arenas.
Yeah.
Give the kid credit.
Dude, I mean, definitely. It's like everybody knows that it's a scam, that he's a criminal.
No, that's the crazy thing. They don't.
But like, it's known.
Oh, like
In the same way that like Trump is a criminal. You know what I mean? It's
it's
fact.
reported.
Right.
It's reported that he is a criminal. But you know what? Christians don't really read the New York Times. You know what they do believe? Holy Scripture. And that's what Olstein's peddling. And guess what? I'm in.
Does he have like, what are Joel fans called? Like Steen stands? Like, are they?
They're called, you're not going to believe it, O-faces.
You're kidding.
Yeah, I'm kidding. Of course I'm kidding.
Old faces?
O-faces.
I think it's probably old faces.
Yeah, but O-faces was,
I know,
you know what I was trying to do with that.
Yeah, I know, but I was trying to play on that too. But
the old faces.
Yeah. Joel faces?
Well, he doesn't pay taxes. You know, fun fact about Joel Osteen.
He has a private jet, dude.
He has a private jet he got from people contributing money to the church. You ready for this? Hold on to your pants. He has his house as a place of worship legally. So he doesn't pay taxes on his house.
What?
Yeah.
That's the power of Joel?
Yeah, dude.
How do you...
Dude, Joel Osteen. And guess what? There's no Joel Osteen on TikTok. On TV there is. On YouTube there might be. There's none on TikTok.
Is that because of Christ? Is that because of taxes?
Maybe China? I don't know. Someone's preventing, but I'm saying we have something here.
Oh,
we have emoji, Bible,
yeah,
and preaching on TikTok.
Dude, what's your TikTok like? What would you say?
I'm actually popping off right now as we speak.
Hell yeah, dude.
30K views on my video this morning.
What?
Yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah.
I get like 1 a week, 1, 2 a week.
That pop like that?
That pop like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It makes no sense.
What's your For You page like?
Dude, it's all over the place.
What would you say? Yes, so is mine. What are like your first a comedian Blair said that if you hate TikTok, that's because you hate yourself. And I've come to believe that. It's so versatile. Like the algorithm is so crazy that
right.
What is on your For You page is if you don't like it, it's your fault.
100%.
Yeah.
I've eliminated, I will say, and I've tried to do this, eliminate comedy fully from my For You page. I still get trickles in from people I'm friends with.
Yeah.
And I report them.
Ha.
And I say, this is terrible. Take it off.
Dude, I mean, Freddie G's doing his best. And
oh, well, there you go. Not the person I was talking about. I don't follow him. But we have friends. Mike Bramante, you've been reported. But what's my For You page? It's changed.
What are this week's highlights?
This week's highlights, it's a lot of golden retrievers doing things.
Okay.
It's a lot of hot girls dancing. And it's a lot of history facts, like ancient Roman history facts.
Yeah.
I would say those are the three.
That's cool.
The three. What about you?
Dude, mine sucks, dude. I've been trying. Okay. I've got a lot of like the dudes who, I don't like these guys, but I have to watch to the end of the video. The guys who like take pictures of police stations so that the cops get mad. So the cops ask them for ID and so they can be like, no.
I get that from time to time. You know what I get a lot of? It's similar on movie sets.
Huh.
When like there'll be a PA telling you can't walk down the street. I get a lot of that on my For You page.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's awesome.
It's all like,
it's like, and I get, oh dude, you know what? I'm in pimple talk. I'm in pop talk.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm in pop talk.
I'm
about it.
I'm over it. I skip them now, and I still get them, and I'm like, how much longer do I have to be in Pop Talk? because I've seen all the pops.
Nah, you haven't.
No pops like titillate me the way they once did.
Like, the thing is, I can now tell if it's going to be a good pop from the initial second of the video.
Yeah. By the circumference of the boil.
It's by the circumference of the boil, by the number of blackheads per square inch.
Yeah.
You could tell.
I saw a really good ingrown hair that was a surprise. That was a good one.
Ingrown hairs are good.
Yeah. It was just a little black dot on the skin, and boy.
You wouldn't think.
It just kept coming in. It was like that magician's scarf.
Yeah.
You know?
I do know.
Yeah.
When I first downloaded it, it was a lot of Native American dancing. Like ancient Native American dancing. Like keeping their ancestry alive. A lot. Like a concerning amount. I was like, who do you think I am? TikTok?
Yeah.
It's
I would
faded.
say that you, I don't know anybody who's farther removed from a Native American dance than Rich Happel.
Well, if you ask my grandfather, we're Cherokee. We don't know if that's true. We just know he's really tan.
Is that true?
Yeah, oh yeah. He
Cool.
says we're Cherokee. It's probably not true because we don't really know what his lineage is.
Yeah.
But he's pretty tan.
He was swarthy, huh?
He's pretty tan.
That's cool, dude.
And he's not Iranian or Iraqi or anything. So, I mean,
You should,
just like,
have you done the tests?
ooh, family's big against the test.
Yeah.
You know what happens if
Why?
my dad does the test, gets the results back, comes out, he's like a quarter gay.
Yeah.
Then what? Then what do you do?
Well,
Gotta live with yourself.
Then you're gonna get booked on a lot more shows.
Yeah, it actually came out. I'm a quarter non-binary.
Yeah, dude, that's and finally you'll be accepted in the Brooklyn comedy scene.
That's right. What he's always wanted.
Yeah.
No, what else is my For You page? I don't know. A lot of like college parties. Do you get a lot of the college parties, college girls dancing?
No. Like the sorority girls?
It'll be
Like the
sorority
organized
girls.
like sorority girls?
No, it'll just be like a lot of college parties and then college girls. But what I've noticed is that it's the same music when we were in college. It's still
Interesting.
like the Pursuit of Happiness remix. It's still
Really?
Avicii. I was like, have you not progressed? Yeah, that's my karaoke song.
Dude, burn Long Island to the ground.
Yeah.
Nuke Long Island. I'm starting a petition. I don't get those videos, but I do get, and these are my least favorite videos. I don't know, the dudes who stand outside of college bars and ask girls like sexual questions, like how small is too small?
Yeah.
And I'm just,
I get that.
it's just, it's like, it's why is it so bad?
It's creepy. That's why.
It's definitely creepy, and like no matter what the girls, it's like, what's your body count? And they're like 5, and then act like 5, like 5. That's not a high number, and everybody's like, ew,
Right. And then he's like, "Oh, all right."
Oh,
And he's
all
like,
right.
"Would you kiss me?" That's how it always
Dude,
ends.
it's 5. Yeah, it's so 5. Yeah, it's like who?
It's the opposite of M. Night Shyamalan.
It's like
There's no twist.
Imagine explaining like what you do. It's like, yeah, I go up and sexually harass women on camera. But no, it's cool. It's like a
But like, I ask a trivia question
trivia.
first. Yeah.
It's trivia. Yeah.
Oh,
I ask girls trivia about their own pussies.
right. I'm just trying to learn.
So how big is too big? What's the sluttiest thing you ever done on a Thursday?
Those are actually terrific examples of the questions they ask.
It's like, what's something that you never told your dad?
That's a big one. What's something you never told your parents? And do you know what's even
And
crazier?
they say shit.
That's the
I'm like, don't
craziest
say
part
it.
of it. They'll actually give an honest answer. There is a good kid that does it where he's at BYU. And because they're just so conservative, there's a video of him asking people what their favorite cuss word is, and people like will be like, "Oh, I don't even know a word," and they're just fully honest, and I love it.
See, I don't like it. The whole genre, it's like one begets the other. You know, then he's going to be going and asking, you know, BYU girls like, "Do you know where your clitoris is?" You know what I mean? He's going to be asking them like, "What's your favorite labia?" You know, it'll be like,
"What's your favorite labia?"
Yeah, I don't know.
it's like the left or right Twix.
Yeah, it's like, do you have a favorite nipple or something? You know, like.
No, yeah, I got you.
Like something that's kind of Christian, but
maybe that's what BYU needs.
It's true, yeah. But it's just from he came from. He learned from the guys in you know Charleston or Athens or Birmingham, you know, wherever these like frat interviews are happening.
Correct, 100%.
Yeah.
You know what I also get? The guy who goes around asking people what they're listening to.
Yeah.
And he's gotten so much in my head that when I leave my apartment, I will make sure I'm listening to like
a banger,
a cool song. So if he stops me,
what's your cool song of the week?
Well, that's the thing, Eliot. Like, do I go with like the hip song right now? Do I go with like a Dua Lipa, or do I go with like the new Coheed song?
The who?
Coheed and Cambria.
Oh, dude, that's cool.
Wait, that's cool.
They're still making music?
New album drops in May, bruh.
You're a huge Coheed and Cambria fan?
Gigantic Coheed and Cambria fan. You didn't know this? Yeah, dude.
No, this apartment doesn't scream Coheed and Cambria.
No, I was gonna get a whole tapestry that took up this wall, but I decided not to. That's a semi-joke.
Goodbye, sniper.
Yeah. Dude, that's one of the best concerts I've ever been to. I've seen them twice live.
Hell yeah.
Because I got into them in college because my best buddy, Brian Catchman, shout out Brian, he actually listens. He got me into them because guess what, you chooch? He lives down the block from the drummer.
Because I shoot you right.
Dude, Coheed fucks.
I love that song.
They live in Brooklyn.
That was a cool song. That was like the last era when rock was popular.
Yeah. Before the whole pandemic happened, I don't know if I ever said this on the pod, our buddy Neil Rubenstein. You know, he used to manage Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah.
And he like wrote their first album. He was like one of the main writers for their first album.
Whoa.
He was like one of the biggest business people in the emo scene.
Interesting.
He was going to get me and him to open on a cruise where Coheed headlined every night with Taking Back Sunday.
Open with comedy?
Yeah. I didn't think it was the smartest idea, but I would have done it.
Dude, that used to happen. I remember listening to, that would have been awesome.
It's unique.
You would have needed to have a lot of material.
Or, because my thing is like, an emo cruise.
Yeah.
Not the smartest idea, because they're jumping off.
Yeah.
So I feel like it would just be me and Neil on the stage being like, all right, over here, over on the right side. Nope, and another one.
Yep. That is an emo cruise. That's a real that's a what's it called when it's
Oxymoron?
an oxymoron.
There you go.
Yeah.
Spanish major. If you were only an English major, you would have gotten that one.
No, my brain is fried, dude.
What were you into? Like, what was the scene that you were into?
I was in the New York teenage punk scene, dude. I was in a band.
You were in a band?
Yeah.
What'd you play?
Bass.
You play bass?
Mm-hmm.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Did you what kind? You were punk.
We started as a punk. We started as like a punk cover band, like in 8th grade. It was all like me and my best friends from.
That's fucking sick.
From Greenpoint, and our name was Consumer Feedback.
That's for 8th grade. That's a great fucking name.
It's a great name.
That's an awesome name.
Yeah. And we played all the way through senior year, and by senior year we were like, I don't know, kind of like an alternative rock punk band that
Doing originals?
Had like all originals with like some covers, but just like the way that bands do covers.
Yes.
Kind of, I'd say like kind of ska influence, some like Eastern European influence. Where our
Greenpoint.
Our guitarist is Lithuanian, and so.
So your guitarist, what would he do? I play the guitar and then bring like
he'd
an
bring
accordion
he brought a little. Dude, we had accordion on a song. We had my homie Ani. Shout out Ani.
That would be
shout out Palberta. Shout out Shimmer. She played accordion on some of our tracks. When
That's
we were
sick.
Going, yeah, dude. We'd sell at the Knitting Factory and shit.
You sold out the Knitting Factory?
Yeah.
In high school?
Yeah, a couple times.
That is so public school New York.
Yeah, dude.
I fucking love that.
Yeah, we'd play at pianos, cake shop, Knitting Factory.
You were allowed into pianos?
Dude, it was so funny. Like, we're it was like 10th grade, 11th grade, and so like our shows would be from like 7 to 9.
Right.
And so we'd have to be out of there by 9, and that was fine. It'd be like a Friday, and we'd sell out pianos or whatever, and just get so drunk in the green room.
They would provide?
No. We would sneak in, and one time it was one of the greatest feats. I'm drinking from a handle of Evan Williams in I think Cake Shop's green room, which is the door opens, the bartender sees me. Also, the bartenders hated us.
I would imagine.
Nobody ever bought nobody.
You can't. It's not legal.
It's not legal. So it's like,
why would they even book you then?
I have no idea, because we would sell tickets. I don't know. And he sees me drinking from the thing. I see him like he has to do this loop to get around the bar to like come. So I put it in this backpack, put it under the bench. He comes in. He's like, I saw that. Like, give me that bag. And I'm like, what? Like, what bag? This bag? And he's like, yeah, that bag. And he opens it. It was the wrong bag. It looked just like the other bag. And then he opened the bag and he's like, I know I saw. He had a moment where his brain broke. He knew that he swore that he saw the bottle, but there was no bottle. And yeah, I was slick, dude. But we would get. I mean, I was a scrappy little idiot, dude. Like I would go to shows, sneak into shows and just like be drinking everybody's drinks. Just like drinks that were out.
Wait, sneak into your own shows?
No, just like sneak into punk shows, sneak into Bar Ballroom, Mercury Lounge, like.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And just like my movie, and a lot of these shows were just all ages, and if it was an all ages show, I was out. I was walking around. If I had an eye on a beverage, if no movement on the beverage in a minute, I'm walking by the beverage. Beverage, not my beverage.
You're gonna have to kind of explain that to me, so you would recon. Where would these beverages be?
I was 16, so it's just how people put their drinks down sometimes.
I'm aware.
That was my opportunity.
So what's the what's the golden time frame for a put down beverage? How long would it have to be idle for you to capture?
Depends how drunk I was.
Wow. That's a great point.
Sometimes
I should have factored that into my question.
Not idle. I mean, you would get caught. And you're just like, oh, sorry. I thought it was mine. I also love gin and tonics. You know what I mean?
You're right. I'm an adult. I like gimlets.
I mean, that was a whole thing. Like, there's a whole economy, an underage drinking economy in New York that it's like the Underground Railroad. Oh no, it's the wrong month for that.
Nope.
God damn
Eliot,
it. I'm
clip
sorry.
it. All right, you're the next Rogan.
there are safe havens for underage drunks dotted throughout. I would say every 20 blocks there's a reputable bodega and or liquor store that will sell children alcohol.
You got a whole image in my head of just like middle-aged black women in colonial outfits being like, Eliot, get over here. And she brings you into a room and she's like, all right, here's all the supplies you need. Evan, Four Loko.
You're not far off, except instead of a middle-aged black woman, it's my boy Khalif, a middle-aged Yemeni dude who is just trying to get your boy lit. When dude, I was buying Khalif's Fortuné. Shout out to Khalif's. I've heard he's still around. That is crazy.
I don't even know what that means. You assumed he was dead?
I just assumed that his business would have been shut down because he was literally selling me 40s when I had not hit puberty.
That's fine.
I looked like a little girl. I looked like a little girl. I had long hair. I was in a band. I was in a punk band, dude.
Did you play bass?
I was 4'9". I had a high voice, and I looked like Macaulay Culkin. You know, Home Alone.
I saw it.
Just putting Old English 40s.
Yeah. I used to go when I was a freshman in college. I was the only one with a fake ID, so I would go for the entire floor to the liquor store. I brought a duffel bag.
Hell yeah.
You know, that's a pretty big sign also that, hey, this is an underage person. I brought a duffel bag.
Yeah, right.
I filled it with several handles.
Right. No, it's just you're a connoisseur of plastic bottled vodka.
Of Nikolai. That's what it was called. In Central New York, the cheap liquor is Nikolai.
Nikolai, interesting.
Yeah, plastic.
This was Georgie or Crystal Palace.
Georgie is right down here. It's upstate's version of Georgie.
Yeah.
And boy, did it do the job.
Dude, yeah, is there a liquor that you can't drink anymore from that time?
Is there a liquor I can't drink anymore? I don't know. It's not really a liquor. It's more like the pace or the environment.
Yeah.
I can't do the environment. I went to the Lower East Side to watch the football games 2 weeks ago. I can't do that anymore.
Like the college, like the sports bars,
the
13-step style.
Yeah, I forgot what the name of the place was. It's brand new. It was next to Poco, but I forgot what the name of it is.
Okay.
But very similar to Poco, like
Okay.
Poco vibes. And I was just like, you know what?
Like pitchers.
Yeah, like a pitcher's place, like tequila shots each quarter place.
Oof.
And it's like, hey,
Yeah.
I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, you grow up, and growing up means that I don't do well tequila anymore.
You don't do well tequila anymore.
No.
Even with a mixie.
I'll do well tequila if it's Sauza or better.
I don't even know.
It's got to be 100% agave.
It's got to be 100% agave.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that.
Otherwise, it's like the fucking what's the classic one? Montezuma is the classic well tequila, and it's tequila flavored or not Avion, but it's just tequila flavored like malt liquor essentially.
I never even heard of it.
It's just if you look at really shit tequila, it's not agave. It's just like
it's gold.
It's the flavor of tequila.
Well, Jose Cuervo Gold is probably the closest thing I can't drink ever again.
Yeah, I can't do.
That's
Cuervo
bad.
Gold. I can't do Cuervo Gold, and the big one is SoCo.
Oh, I don't know if I'm with you on this,
dude. Like those kind of like 30% liquors that are like there's so much sugar in them too. They're so sweet. In high school, we would just drink them before like out of the bottle, just like basketball games, just like chugging SoCo out the bottle. And I just had a rugged night where even just looking at SoCo makes my blood. It's just, ugh.
I wasn't introduced to it till college, and my buddy who was a bartender, SoCo. Well, I wasn't mature. SoCo, iced tea, and a splash of lime juice.
SoCo lime. Yeah.
That was a real thumbs up from me.
Yeah.
But on Thursday nights at SUNY Cortland, it still goes on to this day, it was mixer night.
Okay.
Which means whatever team or fraternity you were in, and a sorority or whatever women's team would mix and have a party. Okay. And you always dressed up. It was always a theme.
What was your frat?
I was on Club Lacrosse, and then we started Theta Chi fraternity.
Oh.
I'm the founding father.
Holy shit.
No big deal.
The Ben Franklin.
The Ben Franklin, right.
Was he he was a founding father.
I think he was a founding father.
He wasn't a president.
I was like the John Adams.
Yeah, right.
I was more John. Yeah, I wasn't the big face.
Me to, like,
I wasn't Washington.
Who actually wasn't in government.
So you would do the mixer. You had a keg. You had jungle juice.
Right.
Starting junior year, at Beer Goggles, the country bar. $2 Jim Beam Cokes.
Jesus.
The amount of Jim Beam Cokes I would drink on a Thursday night.
That's...
And then some of the fraternity brothers bounced there. So you would get even extra Jim Beam in the Jim Beam Coke, which was already, by the way, heavily influenced by Jim Beam.
Right.
Oh boy.
That's... At what point is it negligence?
The entire time.
But like legally. You know? If I'm selling 50-cent shots and Rich Apple dies because he spent $3 on shots and is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that my fault?
Yes.
Or should you have known better than to spend a whole $3 drinking 6 shots in a row? You know, you did the row thing.
Oh yeah.
You know?
No, it's on the place. You should know.
It's too cheap.
Eliot, it's simply too cheap.
Yeah. Some things can't be that cheap.
One thing that was stopped. 2 things were stopped. One, at Dark Horse, and for the listeners, most of these people went to Cortland, they know. Dark Horse was like the spot. That is the bar in Cortland.
Right, okay.
That's a
good name.
It's a great name. They have an upstairs, downstairs.
It's kind of like sinister, but also kind of like hot.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah, it's probably not what you think it looks like inside. Downstairs, it's all like 90s sing-along songs. Upstairs, club.
Cool.
It's a pretty cool place. A very fun place. What they had on the stairs was a beer funnel.
Stop.
Here's the thing about the beer funnel. It fits 2 kegs. Fits 2 pitchers. But it also was never cleaned out since it was put onto the stairs in the 80s. Eliot, we're talking a multi-floor funnel.
Wow.
It's a 2-story funnel. Like 2 pitchers.
Like people would come from miles around to gaze upon it.
For your birthday, you got to drink out of the birthday funnel. But
really,
and I want to emphasize this.
This is where Hofstra Red originated.
Right. Well, it tells you that people at Cortland don't get tested.
Yeah.
Because they put it up in the 80s and they never cleaned it out. Until they took it down in, I graduated 2015, 2012.
They took it down.
2012, 2013, they took it down.
Wow.
Because even they were like, yeah, it's just bad.
Man, they started with the funnel, then they came for the Confederate statues. Man, American culture, dude. It's just disappearing in front of our eyes.
I know when I saw Teddy Roosevelt pulled down, I thought, put the fucking funnel back.
Put the funnel back.
Put the funnel back.
You should get your Theta Chi boys next reunion, dude. Just get a couple signs together, stand outside Dark Horse, and be like, refunnel the horse.
Yeah. These kids don't know what they don't know. They don't. But here's the thing: they took down the funnel, but then the place next door, not next door, but like a block down, Stone, notorious freshman bar, notorious. They started shot in a beer for $5.
Yeah.
And it's like,
that's cheap.
And then they had twofers on Wednesday nights. So you could do a shot in a beer and then another shot in a beer for free, $5.
What?
Yeah.
$2.50.
It would be essentially right if you're breaking down the math, $2.50 for a shot in a beer. On Wednesday nights.
That is, I'm going to.
Also at Stone, the owner of it, I don't know why I keep talking about Stone. At the end of the night on Friday and Saturday, all the lights would come up and they had a stage. No one ever performed on the stage, but they had a stage. And you would stand on the stage and you'd sing Piano Man by Billy Joel, and the owner would throw beers on everyone for the entire song. He would take like bottled Miller High Lifes, shake them up, and spray them on us.
And you'd love it?
I love it.
Dude. Burn it. Nuke SUNY Cortland, nuke Hofstra, nuke
Bates. Where did you go for the first 2 years? Bard. Whatever the fuck. Bates.
Nuke Bard, honestly. Take Bard out. Eye for an eye.
Bard doesn't throw down.
Dude, we We had Bart parties.
Bart threw down?
Bart gets fucked up.
Poughkeepsie?
It's outside Poughkeepsie, but
Okay.
yeah, dude. I mean, there was a notorious party called a Booty Banger.
Okay.
It's pretty sick. Our like we had like a little venue in Bard called Smog, and bands would play there, but the people would throw parties there too. And the Booty Bangers were legendary.
I thought you were going to say that it was just filled with Chinese businessmen.
Yeah, it's an opium. Yeah, it's a big problem up there. But
Wait, so what's booty bangers? Can you elaborate a bit on that?
It's where you just get fucked up, and then you go grind with other, upper middle class hipsters.
Wait, is it like a type of party? Or was that
like
the venue name?
No, the party was called Booty Banger.
Who ran it?
There were like a couple DJs who would always DJ.
Who would throw it down?
Yeah.
Do down booty bangs.
Yeah. And it was just like, I mean, it's kind of like in the way that Stone or whatever, it's like when the party is called Puke in Your Bed or whatever, you know what I mean? It's like the party belies the preparation.
Yes. The pregame match is the event.
It's like Decapitation Nation, it was like where you just like,
Did you just say Decapitation Nation?
yeah, just like that, where you're like, okay, it's Decapitation Nation night. I've got to black out. You've got to black out. You're not even going to be allowed in if your eyes have any life in them.
So it'd be Decapitation Nation, sponsored by Booty Bangers at Smog.
Yeah.
That's so much.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I love a theme. I love a theme party, even if the theme is just like get really drunk. I'm like, that's almost a theme.
No, that's standard.
No, but if it's in the name, when you're like, okay, but it's booty bang, tonight's booty bangers. We got to get, we got to get a little Molly water going. We got to,
Okay. I like your style. You would have done very well at Cortland. You probably would have never graduated, but you would have done very well socially.
I mean, maybe I'm like scared of your type, dude.
That was a different era. That was a different way of life. Yeah. I can't do that anymore.
No, definitely not.
But the people can. People are.
I feel like they aren't. I feel like the children today, they're not getting as fucked up as I feel like our generation was the last generation to truly like damage our brains badly before graduating.
I don't know if I agree with that. Because kids now, they might not drink as hard as we did, but the pills situation, like they'll do that more than our generation.
I don't know. I kind of don't agree. I think that I think that we were on a downward trajectory from the 90s when it was at its peak.
90s apple pie, American Pie.
Yeah,
was the height.
Yeah,
it's been downhill from there.
And you're right. I mean, like when we were, I think I'm like what? Like how old are you?
28.
Yeah, so I'm like a couple years older than you. But like when we were in high school, it's hard to get pills, dude. It's hard to get pills. If you want pills now, good luck. It's hard.
Oh.
When we were growing up, they were everywhere. Prescriptions were so easy to get.
I assume that was still going on.
Nah, dude, it's hard. And like Xanax, Xanax was everywhere when I was in college. Like you'd pop half a bar, go out, and terrible idea.
Oh yeah.
But
very easily available.
So easy.
Yeah.
It's hard to get real Xanax now. It's hard. And if you get pressed Xanax, like some weird shit, like you'll probably die because there's probably fentanyl in it and you're going to overdose. I think the kids maybe like smoke a little weed, but they aren't. I was talking to some friends of mine, and maybe it's just because of like Uber and stuff, but for them, like growing up, like I was not allowed to take cabs. Like, what are they made out of money? Like, I wasn't taking cabs home.
There aren't even cabs where I grew up.
Yeah. It's like, so what you would do is you would be wasted. You'd be 15 and you'd be so drunk, and it'd be like 10:30, and you would just get on the train, and you'd hope that you'd wake up at your stop. And sometimes I lived in Greenpoint, so sometimes I'd be in Harlem, and I'd be on the 3 train, and I'd be like, I better wake up at 14th Street to get the L, because if I don't, there'd be times when I would just ride the L train back and forth, just passed out, and
no one ever fucked with you.
Nobody ever fucked with me. Yeah, I think that was just like kind of lucky, but I like all of my friends did this. This was the train was like our babysitter. If I got you on the train, then I'd done my job as your friend, and may peace be with you. Best of luck. And you'd probably just end up riding the train. You'd be on like the 7 train, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Interesting. So if someone's blacked out, if you grow up in the city and your friend's blacked out and you're in high school,
yeah,
your threshold of safety is getting them on a subway.
Get them on the train.
Yeah, that's just not how it works.
And now, these even kids would just take Ubers. I'm like, Ubers are just as expensive as cabs, but now you're like a negligent parent if you don't let your kid take Ubers.
Right, because the kid has their parents' card in the Uber app.
Yeah.
So for them, it's like, all right.
Yeah. There was no way I was getting my parents' credit card. No chance in hell I was getting my parents' credit card to take cabs.
You would never walk? That's a suburban thing.
Yeah, I would walk for sure.
You
if
had
it was
to
in
walk.
Brooklyn, if it was in Brooklyn, I'd walk or I'd bike. But if I wasn't on bike, I was on the train, and dude, yeah. And you never see children passed out on the train drunk anymore.
What a shame. I think we could all agree that's what we have to bring it back to. Children drunk on the train. Enough, de Blasio.
Let children black out again on the L train.
We'll end on this. When you grow up in the city, what's the house party situation?
Endangered.
Endangered.
Yeah. It just depends. It depends, like I went to public school, so I feel like private school kids, like their parents are always gone on weekends, and like those are the best. When you got invited to like a sick private school kids party, that was the best because their houses were fucking insane, and that was really cool. But I did a lot of, dude, for years, I would drink on the East River every weekend.
On the East River?
Yeah, on 14th, you'd walk down 14th Street, like through Stuytown, and you'd go, on the East River in Manhattan, and we would get 40s at Calise, 14th and A.
Of course.
And we would, and there were no rules. Like, there were tons of kids drinking there, and cops never came. I had friends, dude, first time I ever felt a boob on the river. One time I felt a girl up on the river, and she had a dime bag in her bra, and I took the weed.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got some swarthy hands.
Yeah, dude.
That's fun that like you could grow up in Manhattan or you could grow up in the middle of nowhere. You're still getting drunk on a river.
Yeah, it's just like,
that's America.
Because house parties, I mean, you'd just be standing on a corner just like for hours, just being like, okay, is it chill if we come? Is it shut down yet?
Yeah.
You'd get to the party, it'd be shut down 20 minutes later, you'd be like, okay, fuck, I heard there might be something on the east side.
Yes.
Are we walking? All right, we're doing the park. Do we have a blunt for the park? Like, how are we, And you'd spend most of your time outside trying to navigate where to go. And inevitably end up probably drinking outside in Central Park, Prospect Park, the river.
Yeah, a lot of strategizing goes into getting drunk from 16 to like 19.
Yeah. It's like a full...
Like many hours are spent on it.
Yeah. Big time. And like, And I mean, there is sort of just a code where if your parents, if you've got a free house, if you've enjoyed a house party, it is your obligation to throw down. If your parents are gone for the weekend,
You need to.
you need to, and you need to know the risks, and you need to accept them.
And there are many.
Like
Legally?
kids' houses got fucked up.
Yeah.
It was like,
I know houses where the cops came and like ripped apart doors.
whoa, that's
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah. Oh, no, not really.
They shouldn't be ripping off doors.
Well, when you hear a girl
Let the
and they're
kids-
screaming and you're like,
Oh, okay, all right. Well, sorry,
but it's
sorry.
because she's like so
Sorry.
drunk,
Okay, right.
you know? And hey, listen,
You don't know.
but also, I
also,
think,
if you're a cop, you're like, you love to rip a door. You're like, you know, it's like she was just yodeling, you know, and just like that's
if you rip down a door and a girl's yodeling in there, she
Dude.
should probably get arrested too.
it's like, yeah. You ever seen like a cop search a car? They're like, I think I gotta cut open these seats, dude. Like, I think there might be something in the seats. I'm gonna take my knife to the seats.
Yeah, but what's crazy is when there's something in the seats and you're like, oh shit, fuck.
Yeah. Then now, one time there's something in the seats, and now he's Mr. Seat Cutter,
Seat cutter. That's what they say.
Officer Seat Cutter, Sergeant.
Detective seat cutter.
Yeah. Dude, back in '97, dude, when there was something in that seat, that was the best day of his life.
Look, that was the version of the claw game.
Yeah. Damn, he cut the seat, dude. I thought the kilo would be safe in the seat, but we ran into the wrong detective.
Did you say your back hurts? Oh, why?
Right.
Why is that? I wonder why that is. Is it because there's a kilo of blow in your seat?
I would love that, dude. If I was in the cartel, that's a job I would want. I would want to be the blow hider. I'd want to be the guy in the shop figuring out how we're gonna get the blow into these cars. You know?
Yeah. Yeah,
That sounds
I
like a
never really
sick
put
job.
that much thought into where I would fit into the cartel.
I
But
wouldn't
it's
wanna
good to know you know your place.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be like an executioner. I wouldn't want to be a soldier. I would want to be in the shop rigging out those dude. The cartel. Shout out to CJNG. Shout out to Sinaloa. Shout out to you know, the other ones, because their rides are, dude. Rednecks in the South have nothing on cartel, like artillery, like the mods that these cartels are putting on trucks.
Yep.
Awesome. They're really sick.
I like that you're like, I don't know where I'm going professionally, but what I do know is if I did join the cartel, I'd be in R&D.
Definitely.
I'd be doing a lot of just
Yeah.
like researching how do I put weed
Dude.
into boats.
Like the cartels are a lot like the company Red Bull, in that some of their ideas are clearly just about like fun, you know? They're like, what about a submarine?
You're 1,000% right. You're like, what if we just go to space?
Yeah.
That works, right?
Yeah.
A rocket ship
Yeah. We go to space
and jump off.
with some coke and we send it down.
Makes sense to me.
Dude, when the fucking when the wall went up, they literally got trebuchets. Is that how you pronounce that word? I've never said it out loud. Trebuchet.
Sounded good to me.
Do you know what that is?
No.
The catapult.
I know what a catapult is.
Yeah, it's like a big ass catapult, and they would just like catapult like medieval style, just kilos over the wall. It's sick, dude.
Like, I'm not even gonna build the tunnel this time. Just fucking here.
And the tunnels are awesome. They've got full working trains.
Well, as someone that aspires to be in the R&D section of these,
Yeah, I'm like-
I could assume you aspire,
Like,
you
think about the
admire.
cartel- we think about the cartels like these vicious gangsters who are like the murder rate in Mexico is fucking crazy. Yes, but there's also a lot of nerds and engineers who are doing some really interesting stuff.
I mean, at the end of the day, what's the difference between the cartel and Apple? It's a bunch of nerds and then cheap labor.
It's true. It's true. And, you know, the body count's probably similar.
Right. I mean, you know, the cartel doesn't have nets preventing these people from jumping off roofs.
It's true.
But they could get there.
That doesn't seem... I mean, it's different... the cartel's doing a lot of pushing off roofs.
They're doing a lot of pushing off roofs.
So it's like the nets isn't really in the business model, but safety isn't really there. But in terms of creativity, yeah.
Do you think Apple has these Chinese indentured servants completely stripped like they do with the cocaine choppers? Cutter-uppers?
How do you mean?
You know, like the cartel, when people are cutting up coke or like weed, they have the people doing it completely naked.
Oh, I didn't know that. Is that true?
Oh, yeah. So they know they're not hiding anything.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. See, these are the things when you go into the cartel interview to just keep in mind. You know, ask about it.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, like, I'll show you guys my dick right now. You know, it's like.
Yeah, I don't know if you get the job then, but.
Dude, everybody who's cutting up coke for the cartel, elephant cocks. Massive.
That's what no one's talking about.
Yeah.
Just dragging on the floor.
They got it like that. They're like, yeah, I'm no shame. They're like, I'd love to get naked and cut up some coke.
Yeah, more in this for being naked, not even the coke part.
Yeah,
just really want a naked job.
The nudists, they're all fucking each other.
Sure. I don't know. You could be right. I have no way to prove you're wrong. All right, we did it. Hour 17. Eliot Thompson, 14th and A.
Khaleefs, baby.
Khaleefs.
Respect.